Hey guys, Pyker here, and welcome back to another episode of Kethane Space Program. Woohoo! We are currently in orbit around Kerbin right now with a new Kethane satellite that I am going to take to Minmus. Um, I mean, it's pretty simple design. Obviously, I already have my maneuver node set up and ready to go. Just waiting for the burn time. Well, actually, no, we're already in the what's the word I'm looking for? Trajectory to meet up with Minmus. So yeah, sweet. Didn't even really have to do much. um, but yeah, so we're going out to Minmus. We're gonna actually see how much fuel this planet actually has, and just because I'm curious, honestly, I wanted to see if Minmus would have more fuel, mainly because it would be easier to land and get off of Minmus than it would be the moon. Granted, I do have an entire moon base set up on the, I have a base set up on the moon now, so it's irrelevant whether or not I can or cannot easily get off of Minmus. So I'm not really too worried about it, really. Um, More or less, I'm just curious to see how much fuel Minmus actually has. So um, we're gonna take a look at that and see and just see how much fuel Minmus has. And also, we're gonna try to get another satellite out in this episode as well. And I'm gonna attempt to get a satellite out to Duna. Now, whether or not that's going to actually happen is completely up in the air yet. I have yet to start doing that yet. This is post commentary, obviously, and I basically got I got a satellite out to Minmus and to check the fuel situation, but I am currently trying to figure out whether or not I can actually get to Duna with the same exact setup. And I'll bring you guys in after I show you what we found on Minmus. But I don't know if you guys can see, but I was orbiting in the or I had my orbit set up so it would be going in the wrong direction around Minmus. So I'm correcting that right now, which is extremely easy because Minmus has a very small amount of gravity. So it's not really too hard to adjust your orbits around it. And yeah, so let's get to Minmus and do some fun stuff, like see how much fuel they have and whether or not I want to actually send a probe up there to mine some Kethane for some reason or another. Or, I've decided that I'm probably going to end up building a ship that I can fly to any planet and mine Kethane and convert it, just because it's a good idea to be able to do that. So that's pretty much what I'm probably going to end up doing. I just have yet to design that ship. So, anyways, we're at Minmus and we are now setting up our orbit, and I'm gonna put it in another or put this satellite in a polar orbit, just like I did on the at the moon, anyways. And I kind of messed it up a little bit. I put it in an I put it in a polar orbit, but I put it in a polar orbit so it goes on to the dark side of the planet. So instead, I'm going to probably switch that around off camera sometime in the future, and switch the polar orbit about 90 degrees, so it's basically always going to have sun exposure for the satellite because the satellite does die on the dark side of Minmus, unfortunately. So there's about, I don't know, 5 minutes without power, maybe, on the backside of Minmus. So I'm going to adjust that so we have power at all times with this satellite, which will be nice. I think I put the polar orbit at about 70,000 meters above the planet, or above the moon rather, or above Minmus, whichever you want to call it. And I actually brought it down from 70,000 meters because it was a little too high. I wasn't really scanning very efficiently, so I think I brought it down to about 50 or 40. I don't remember exactly. Um, but it seemed to be a pretty good height for scanning for Kethane, so I wasn't really too worried about it. Um, but yeah, this is us setting up our polar orbit here, which actually turned out pretty nicely, other than the fact that I wasn't paying attention and ended up looking like I was going to crash into the surface of Minmus. So obviously I have to fix that. So here we are setting this up. Get onto the prograde marker here. Give her a little throttle. Get her all the way back up. I think I bring it up to 70. I don't know if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's pretty sure anyways. Yeah, it looks about right. Yep, 70. Brought it up to 70, and I actually do change it to 50, I believe, if I remember correctly. But we are going to go ahead and start scanning here. I don't know why, but I really like that you can set satellites out and scan surfaces of planets. I don't know, it's just interesting to me. I really like it. But luckily, we do find Kethane pretty much right off the bat, which is awesome. And if you guys do scan for Kethane, the fastest that you can go into time acceleration is 100. Otherwise, you'll skip just like that over the surface instead of getting a full scan on the actual terrain. So just so you guys know, 100 times acceleration if you're scanning for Kethane is the fastest you can time accelerate without missing any points in your orbit, which is good to know because I was hoping that I could do it a lot faster, but unfortunately that's not the case. But we are scanning. There's that little dead spot right there. It's not a very big dead spot, but it's enough to annoy me a little bit. So I'm gonna probably fix the orbit around Minmus just to do it, you know, just so I constantly have sun exposure for the satellite, because I need to start thinking about actually doing that. And here we are after a nice long scanning run off camera. I actually turned off the scanning beeps, I guess you can call them. But there are some decent Kethane deposits on Minmus. The only problem is that all the good ones are in weird spots, like they're either on top of hills or like on hillsides. They always seem to be in a really weird spot. So until I can completely scan the planet, we're gonna have to wait to see if we can get anything up there. But we're gonna go ahead and jump to the satellite that's going out to Duna. See you in a second. Alright guys, we are in orbit around Kerbal with our second Kethane satellite, and we have our maneuver nodes set up to meet up with Duna, and hopefully not run out of fuel in the process, because I did literally not change anything with the staging. Our periapsis for Duna is at 8 million meters, or 8,000 kilometers. Which is a lot, and I'm anticipating on making another maneuver in deep space to fix that. And we might actually end up setting another, depending on how much fuel we have left. I want to see if Ike has any fuel on it as well, but we're going to go ahead and fast forward to our node, or our burn time here, and hopefully not burn into the planet. Actually, we should be able to just do this. Let's do this. Alright, so hopefully we'll be able to get out there, and I'm actually kind of curious now, because this engine is a lot more powerful than the nuclear engine that we have coming up, which isn't good. Damn it, this might actually be a lot more difficult than I originally anticipated. Uh-oh. Oh well, I guess we're just gonna have to go with it. That's where we're at. Might as well. Actually, I cannot quick save. Let me quick save real quick. I'm not under acceleration. There we go. It's like, just want a quick save. Oh, now we're out of fuel. And let's start nuclear engine. And it added about an extra minute to our burn time, which isn't ideal at all, actually. But I'm hoping that it shouldn't affect us too much. This is the hope, anyways. You never freaking know. But I'm hoping that the fact that we're off by almost a minute and a half on our burn time, that it won't really affect how we meet up with Duna. I mean, it might a little bit, but I'm hoping it's not going to throw us off by millions and millions of meters. I mean, even if it does, we could still adjust in deep space, which you know, will be nice. So I'm gonna go. Ooh, this thing shouldn't be overheating that much. Okay, is it stable? No, it's still going up. 1869. No, I'm overheating, but how much more can I take? Is the question. If it stops at 1870, I'll just keep it full throttle. Shouldn't overheat completely. Yeah, it seems like it's stabilized at 1870. So hopefully we'll be able to actually get to Duna. We still have a minute and 20 seconds worth of burn time to go, but we do have, you know, a nuclear engine with a decent amount of fuel, and not to mention that we do still have another engine and another little bit of fuel on this part of the satellite in case we need it. Yes, okay, it did stabilize at 18,070 degrees, so that's a good thing. But as soon as I just need to see what we're gonna set up here. All right, man, you got this. You got this. We're now escaping from Kerbal and hopefully gonna meet up with Duna. Really hoping I'm gonna meet up with Duna, because I haven't flown out to Duna in a really long time, so I am basically just hoping that I got this right. Is basically what it comes down to. Which isn't the best thing whenever it comes to deep space travel, is hoping that you got it right. Oh, give me something. Oh, that's not good. Still burning. Okay. Alright, well, we gotta go into deep space and adjust, unfortunately. We are off by a little bit, so let's quick save. See how much fuel. We have plenty of fuel. Awesome. So I am not worried about the fuel situation, but I am going to fast forward until we get into deep space. And hopefully we'll be able to adjust. Okay. Closest approach. Now, can we adjust that here? It's getting closer. Okay, what's our periapts? 32 million. It's a little far. 1 million. I am actually gonna think I'm gonna stick with that until we get a little bit closer. Wait. 807? Can I get even closer? Nope, that's about as close as I can get. It's 800 meters away, which is or 800,000 meters away, which is actually pretty damn good if you ask me. So I'm going to keep that. It's only a 58-second burn, which I know we have the fuel for. So I'm going to actually find our maneuver node here. Get set up. And then fast forward. But we're going to quick save because, like I said, I haven't actually done this in a while. So I am a little nervous, not going to lie. We should have more than enough fuel, and we definitely have the power to get out to Duna. I'm probably going to end up aero braking with Duna as well. We're looking pretty good though. I'm actually excited that I got that close, because that was closer than the original maneuver node that I had, which is awesome. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Gotta be a little careful here, so we don't miss this. I don't want to miss this maneuver node. So I'm being very cautious. Alright. Get ready for our burn. Start her up right now. Fuel's still good. Everything looks good right now, so hopefully we'll be able to get to Duna with a little bit of adjustments, or a little adjustment. And then as soon as the closer we get, the more adjustments we'll make. See if we can get it any closer than what it is now, which is 800,000 meters away. I'm hoping I can bring that down. I think atmosphere around Duna is at 60 kilometers above the surface, so we're probably going to end up aero braking and then tossing ourselves into a polar orbit. But we shall see. Oh, we're almost out. We're outrunning the actual node time. Slow down a little bit. back up and cut a little bit more. You can actually watch it go down now. Oh, nope, that's about it. That's about as good as we're gonna get right now. Okay. Oh, just clicked out of the game. Okay, now we're back. I just clicked out of the game. Whoopsies. Alright, let's see if we could set up another maneuver node and see if we can get this a little bit closer. But the only question is, let's actually fast forward to get a little bit closer to where I want to set up the node here. Just so I can get a better view of what's going on. Okay. So we are 1,168. Nope, it's making it worse. Up now. I don't know which one. This is the bad part about trying to set up. Okay, so purple one. Okay, we want this one. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what that's doing. 1,168. Okay, so maybe the purple one's the one we need to pay attention to. Thought the orange would be the more important one. Well, I guess I was wrong. Okay, so do we need to speed up or slow down? Oh, it looks like we need to slow down. Damn it. This is the worst part of of playing this game. Because when you're so far out, you can't differentiate the node with the actual periapse. Okay, well that brought it down. Let me change this. I think we're gonna be coming in real hot, so I need to bring this down quite a bit. Even if, you know what, I bet if we come in and then adjust in deep space or high above Duna, I think that might benefit us a little bit more. So I might actually just wait, because right now our periapse is better than anything I can find or figure out. So we're gonna just quick save and fast forward until we get into the sphere of influence of Duna, and then hopefully adjust from there. That being the plan, anyways. And then actually we need to probably figure out what the where the atmosphere is for Duna. Okay, let's slow down a little bit here. So we're coming in, and we're coming in hot too. Okay. Oh, slow down. All right. So what are we looking at here? Oh, we are already in a polar orbit from what it looks like. Now, can we change this? Way out here. I don't want to really necessarily change that. That's actually pretty good where it's at. We change this though. 745. Okay. So, let's figure out what Duna's atmosphere is. Where's it at here? Radius, area mass, escape velocity, rotation period. It's somewhere. Oh, atmosphere. Scale height, 3 kilometers. Oh, atmospheric height is 50,000 meters or 50 kilometers. Cool. So now we know. Let's switch back to Kethane satellite. All right, so 50,000 meters. So we need to bring this down to about 50. and hopefully that'll help us in a great deal when we're trying to slow down, because we are cruising right now past Duna. And I'm hoping that our deadly reentry won't kill us if we dip into the atmosphere. So I'm going to set it about 40, roughly. Not 48. 43, 39.7. That's pretty good. Alright, so where's our maneuver node? Let's quick save again. Quick save is my best friend. That is for sure. Alright. Right on our maneuver node here. Fast forward till we get to our burn. I don't want to overshoot this either. I'm always afraid that I'm going to overshoot. 6 seconds. Let's do it. Okay. Now let's just do little tiny adjustments here and there. There we go. Alright. That's where we're at. Looking pretty good. So let's we'll make this episode's gonna be a little bit longer than usual. A little bit longer than the 20-minute mark. And then let's set up a maneuver node at our periapsis, yeah. Bring it down as much as we can. Let's actually quick save again. Fast forward. Whoa! Way too fast. Alright. Let's bring this down. And this is awesome because it is actually bringing us into a polar orbit. Let's actually let that do that for a little bit. Just as long as we can get into an orbit, I'll be happy. But I think the aero braking is going to help us out a lot more than it seems to be looking like it's going to help us out. So, let's find our maneuver node. It's a 1:50 burn. It's not terrible. Our fuel situation is still pretty good. So let's go ahead and do another quick save. And let's fast forward. See if we can slow down enough to get into orbit around Duna. It's been so long since I've gotten to this planet. It looks so good. I'm interested to land a crew on this in the career mode and get like samples from the poles. I think that would be cool. All right. Minute. We are coming in real fast. Hello. 39. Yeah, that's about right. There's Ike. I want to land on Ike too. 1:50. Alright, so let's start our burn. Hopefully slow us down enough to get us into orbit. Or at least a little bit into orbit, because right now we are cruising past. And I want to slow down enough to at least get us into orbit, and then maybe utilize the aero braking to save fuel so that we can actually get to Ike too and scan that if we need to. Or if I can, anyways. If I have the fuel to allow me to get out to Ike and get into orbit around Ike, I will gladly scan Ike too. But if I can avoid sending another satellite out here, I'm gonna. So we're about 15 kilometers above the atmosphere. We're not going too fast, and Duna's atmosphere isn't that thick. So even if we do hit the atmosphere at a decent speed, it shouldn't really do too much to us. Like I said, I'm anticipating the aero braking to actually help us out. So cool looking. I love this game. So much fun to play. I'm also curious about the multiplayer thing. I haven't messed with the multiplayer. I haven't seen anything about the multiplayer either. Like, what exactly does the multiplayer entail? Do you build ships together, or can you dock ships like one guy and be in another ship, and you can dock to their ship, or that it can help, or like I don't know how that works. I haven't really read into it, which I'm actually probably going to do after recording this episode because I'm really curious. All right, what are we looking at? We are dipping into the atmosphere, but we are getting. Are we even getting remotely close to being in orbit yet, or what? 'Cause I don't want to dip too far in. Come on, just give me the circle and I'm going to cut the engines so I can let the aero braking do its job. There we go. Bring that down. Now, we are actually in Duna's atmosphere. Now, is that still slowing us down? It is, but just barely. So let's actually just light our engines up again. Bring this down more. As long as it doesn't bring our periaps any lower, I'm going to probably just bring this down to... I'm not sure what the geostationary orbit is around Duna, but we'll probably set this at about 100 kilometers above the surface for right now and play it safe. And then I think next episode what we'll do is I'll bring you guys in first thing in the episode and show you guys what I exactly found around Duna fuel wise. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Now that we are in orbit, I'm going to call it this episode. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit that like button. As always, if you have any comments, questions, ideas, anything you'd like to see in this series, you want to tell me I suck at this game, awesome. Go ahead and leave those comments down in the comment section. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys next time.